Hi, I'm Dan Jones. I'm an editor at Light Reading, and I'm here with my colleague Gabriel Brown, Principal Analyst at Heavy Reading. We're here in Mobile World Congress, and we're doing this for OrbTV. Hey Gabe, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
So, we're here to talk about 5G. Now, we've learned quite a bit about kind of rollout plans this week so far. Sprint's announced 6 cities, T-Mobile's announced 30 cities, DT's announced their initial rollout plans. We're on the rolling road to 5G, as it were.
Yeah, that's a good way. I mean, thanks for first talking about 5G again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a rolling road. I think that's a good way to put it. I mean, the tons of announcements, and there's kind of two things going on, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
One is, in some ways, you look at it, everything's getting pulled forward. It's going to be earlier. It's going to be faster. Right. It's going to be this cities, this market, this year. And that's all kind of very good and ambitious and so forth. So that's one trend. You kind of think who that message is intended for and consumed by. At the same time, also see operators wanting to, and other people in the industry kind of trying to rein in expectations a bit, you know, because there's 5G and there's 5G and there's commercial and there's commercial and there's quite a lot of moving parts. So on the one hand, it's almost like accelerating, and how can something go so successfully so fast? On the other hand, because of all the moving parts underneath, people are trying to rein it in a bit as well, and so it depends who you're asking and who your audience is.
Yeah, I spoke to Neville Ray last night, in fact, just briefly, and he was very kind of keen to rein in the expectation of multi-gigabit speeds from the initial 5G launches. He was basically said he'd be happy if he saw 3 times the average speeds of LTE for their initial launches. So,
yeah, but even say you get to 3 times a very good LTE service, it's good, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think it's quite interesting, so one of the things that we see happen is people who have a very good LTE network, say, are going to be able to do this kind of software upgrade to 5G.
Yes, yes.
So yes, and it'll be on the deployed radio infrastructure, essentially, on the deployed network. Now, that will get you your 5G icon on your phone. So you'll have 5G, assuming you have the right device and whatnot. Whether that's, it's still really on the same radio infrastructure that you deploy for 4G. So fundamentally, you're within those bounds of what you already deployed. So I think we'll see that sort of stuff come pretty rapidly.
Right.
But it's fundamentally 5G on a 4G network.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've started to see some very early devices here. I saw that China Mobile had some customer premise equipment from Huawei using 5G. Samsung also has like some fixed wireless access stuff going on. It does seem that next year is going to be the year of the 5G smartphones. From what I've been talking to various CTOs, and they all seem to agree. It might be a little aggressive, but the kind of smartphone push will begin around this time next year.
Yeah, I mean, the CPEs, like if I'm thinking of the same ones, they're sort of yay big type setups,
exactly.
And it's very good. It's positive in the sense that you can use these devices in the field to do your tests, work out how well things actually work, and so forth. That's really important. They're not exactly what you would think of as commercial grade, high volume products.
Right.
So it's good to see them, but they're really for test and development and handset smartphones, I mean, the chipset roadmap is really determining that.
Yeah.
So yes, we could see, by the sound of it, the expectation is first smartphones in early-ish 19.
Will you be buying one of the first ones?
I would probably, maybe.
Okay.
It depends.
There's a ringing endorsement.
I kind of feel like they probably won't. I don't think the UK is going to be the first market somehow.
Well, we might see them. I'm based out of New York, so we might see them there.
Yeah.
But beyond that, from what you're saying, it seems like a lot. We're going to have this enhanced mobile broadband as the kind of first tranche of 5G, but a lot of the kind of stuff that has been hyped and that is perhaps the really exciting stuff of true 5G is still to come in when they get the second phase of the specs done.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's all good, it's all a process. So,
Of course.
it's phased in, not everything at the start. I mean, this is when I talked about reining in expectations a moment ago. That's kind of what that's about. Is some of the vision is still on. It's still a good bet. It's still very appealing.
Yep.
But it's a question of when in the in the scheme. If a generation in mobile technology terms could be 20 plus years for all we know. It's at least 10 years we know. So
it's definitely always been.
We're kind of talking about. Yeah, it's all on. It's still on, but maybe not necessarily right away.
Yeah. Cool. That seems like a good place to stop.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, man. All right. I've been Dan Jones, light reading for OrbTV.